Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Hey, hello. Hola, ¿cómo está? It's a new week. It's a new day. It's a new year.
Oh, yes. It is 2023, y'all.
What's up, y'all? And y'all here with your girl, Miss Love Doctor, and my co-host,
Beauty on the Beat.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Let's Talk Love. Right here where love meets beauty. And, of course, you know, we already on the hottest stations on the universe. In the universe. Not on the universe. The stars and beyond. Hot 702.5. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. What's the deal, friend?
It's still Cap season, okay?
It's definitely Capricorn season.
It's still our season, and the bitch is getting ready for her birthday.
And nails.
And I'm like, this is going to be me. Anybody who get their nails done, they know. As soon as you get them done, you start using your hands more. I get to clickety-clack for however long.
Oh, Lord. That's what you're going to be doing with it?
Girl, yes. Every day. Clicking and clacking. Us kids.
No.
Not for her, because I know that's, but I'm saying what I like, yeah.
Like the sound of that, huh?
I like the sound of it.
What, so you excited about your birthday?
I am.
Mine has come and gone. It's on for you now.
It is. But you know what? I'm always, like, yours is before Christmas or while Christmas is happening. Mine's is after. Everybody is broke by then. You know, the kids pretty much take.
Well, they say they broke before then. So it's the same.
That's why
Same.
It's like, it's still the same for me. I'm just, if God wakes me up that morning, I'm just going to rock it.
You better.
Look 39, looking fine.
You better.
That's it. And I'm just going to count my blessings.
You better rock it, because why not? Why not rock it? You know, I learned that I'm probably going to have to do something different, because I got a little bit of backlash about my 3-day birthday events with these things that I want to do. So I'll just be telling people that I'm doing them. And I invite them to do them with me. You know what I mean? Like, you lucky it ain't still 3 months. That's how I feel about it. But, you know, I got told my friend, I said, y'all can tell me no. Y'all can tell me no. I ain't trying to bust nobody pockets or nothing like that. But I don't know. So it went. But I'm excited for your birthday because, you know, you keeping the Capricorn season alive, you know, because I ended it. You started.
I'm starting it. You know, it's almost the end of the Cap. Yeah. I'll be at the end of Cap. But don't worry. We still did a lot of shit up in this month.
Yeah. You definitely did. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, everybody know what's going on. Because they know. They know. They know. They know what's going on. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and jump into this. I was trying to share this show a little bit. Because y'all know when I be sharing it to y'all in Messenger, I hope people don't be getting upset or offended. Because I can't really see who I'm sharing it to. I just be hitting the button because we talking at the same time. So if I'm overwhelming you and you think I'm just being rude and I only send the show and I don't be speaking, you know that's false. But anyway, we are going to get into our topic today.
I'm excited.
And what our topic about is you know, it's kind of heavy. It's yeah. Okay. But we want y'all to jump in and jump into the topic with us too. So make sure y'all comment, love, share, call in 702-551-5261. We'd love to hear from you. And you already know it's a safe space, no judgment. Honesty is our policy. Make sure you keep it respectful and classy, because we don't want to have to whoop nobody's ass. No, I'm just playing.
I'm ready. I'm feeling it. Ain't nobody tried me yet. I'm really good. I've been trying to learn how to fight. Remember how many years I said that, and I ain't had to.
My face. I'm like, what tried you? What are you talking about?
That's what I said. I'm really wanting to, just to get it out there. You know.
Let's just go to the boxing place, like you said. Cause why would you want to get into a physical fight?
Cause with these nails, I just want to be able to go like,
jab in the eye. That's the last time you don't want no nails, because your real fingers, if it flip back, it's a wrap.
Oh, don't. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's
and
why.
You're not even like violent, so I'm like, what? If you could have saw my face, I was like, ain't nobody tried
I be like,
you.
guys, why? But when it comes to like kids or my friends, I'm like a beast. Like, what? She said what?
You was ready to whoop the ocean's ass when we went to the beach. Get them kids. Get that water. But we're going to get on to this good old conversation.
Y'all ready? Are y'all ready?
We are talking about love, y'all, but we're going to be talking about issues that can creep in within the relationship. So you mean to tell me that there's issues in relationships? I thought it was like boy meets girl falls head over heels in love, and then they live happily ever after.
I think Disney stopped that. Once Elsa came out, it was a wrap after that, like that happily ever after. Like, that's how I thought it was supposed to be. I definitely was a dreamer and was thinking, like, relationships, like, you find a man, he take care of you, and, like, you raise the kids, and then you run off in the sunset. You have everything that you freaking wanted.
Right?
Like, that's what I thought I was going to get, definitely.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here in front, like, when you were mapping out your life, I guess. Yeah. When you're younger, like, because I definitely was married with twins by 25, and we was going to be doing the damn thing, but none of that happened. So I had to look up the definition of happily ever after, because I was like, well, what does it even really mean? You know what I mean? But Abe says that happy ever after, but it was also said as happily ever after. So ever after was supposed to be meant to be after life, like in heaven. Happy ever after.
Wow. Okay.
You know?
Yeah. So once we die, we can live
still
perfectly.
Happy ever after. So then happily ever after was said to be for the fairy tales that everything will work out perfectly in your future.
And we know ain't nothing perfect, so we know that should have been a lot.
But why?
I mean, because we're imperfect beings, so I should have understood that shit wasn't gonna be.
But if we're imperfect beings, then there shouldn't be a thing of imperfection. If we're imperfect, you're imperfect, I'm imperfect. Nobody's perfect, right? So perfection is not even something that we strive for, because we're all just originally being ourselves.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So where do we get the perfection from? Where do we want the perfection from?
If two imperfect people get together, you can live together perfectly, because it's like a puzzle. My piece isn't exactly like your piece. Your piece isn't exactly like my piece. But when you throw the puzzle outside the box, you find all those pieces and you put them together. And once it fits,
yes,
it fits perfectly.
But can we be honest? A lot of people aren't finding their perfect piece. They're finding, that's
a piece.
They're finding a piece of people, and they're trying to put, like, mine's is a cat, yours is something totally different. I want your piece to come over here, and it really don't necessarily go with my puzzle piece.
Said yours is a cat.
Mine's is a cat. I'm just saying, like, hypothetically. But it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Like, if it's a big one and I'm choosing just random pieces, then I will never have someone that will fit automatically. And I feel like because people are scared to be alone, we'll take a piece of something rather than the perfect piece that fits into that.
Instead of waiting, it just, because when you try to piece, it don't fit.
Yeah.
But you might smash it in there.
Like, oh, but it got to. It got to.
It's the sky. They both the sky, yeah. So being completely happen in a relationship, is that considered a fairy tale?
It is. It is. It is. And I can just, again, I had to wake the fuck up from mine.
What's up, B-Roll? He said, like a big-ass jigsaw puzzle. Alicia said, I ain't taking no pieces. I want it all.
You want it all.
You want the whole puzzle. I know that's right.
But that's why we talk about you should have your own puzzle. You should have your own puzzle, and you should know what you want. So then if my puzzle match your puzzle, let's figure it out.
But see, you already know, like, the basis of our conversations, that's why we be getting so deep all the time, is that we see things the similar but opposite. Because I do believe that you can live like that you can live in a happy relationship with no issues. I believe that. I do. I definitely do.
You know what? And I cannot wait to see that happen for you.
Because if I'm with someone who genuinely wants to be with me, I want to be with them. Like, these are two consenting people who are making a decision on what they want. If we're not happy in the situation, why are we in it?
Because I feel like you're not always going to be happy.
Like, I may not always be happy because life is happening, but I don't want to be unhappy with you.
Okay, with that person.
Why am I unhappy with you? Or are we not happy together? Or is life happening and I'm just not a happy person right now? That's the difference. Because what is the purpose of us being teammates? What is the purpose of us being life partners if we're not there to balance each other out when life happens? Because life going to happen to you and it's going to hit you differently than it's going to hit me.
True.
So who's going to be your support system? Who's going to hold you up?
It's supposed to be our partner.
So I'm unhappy. Now you got an attitude because I got an attitude. And my cycle done came around. It's a full moon. All this shit going on. And we just not happy together? Like, that doesn't make sense.
But does that say that our partners are supposed to be the one that makes us happy?
Absolutely not. No.
So
I'm not saying that's not what I said.
I didn't. I asked the question of if you're saying the way that you're saying that you're supposed to be happy, we're not supposed to be unhappy with each other, right? But if life happens and we're not happy, that shouldn't dictate whether me and you are funking because life is happening.
Why am I funking with my partner because life is happening? Why aren't we trying to figure this out, like this puzzle?
Yeah.
So we're just going to let the puzzle keep dumping, and now we're going to get into it because we can't fit the pieces together. So now you got chaos outside your house, and you got chaos inside your house.
Yeah.
Where your house is supposed to be your safe space. Your house is where your peace is at. Your spouse is where your peace is at.
I mean, that's how I hope it would be, but I
feel like as long as people don't have, like, selfish ass agendas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could get in there. Y'all could genuinely fuck with each other like that the long way. But at the end of the day, like, if your agenda is more so about yourself, no matter what it do or how you make the other person feel, then of course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't communicate things effectively with one another, of course.
But that's what makes the unhappiness, that you don't know how to communicate, you don't know how to make your own self happy, and you're relying on someone else to make you feel a certain way.
So at what point do you realize I am not a good communicator? Somebody told me I'm not a good communicator recently. Horrible in fact.
Wow. I know that I'm not.
It might be. I can't take away from nobody's experience, but I know that I am a horrible communicator. Horrible communicator.
I mean,
I was like, oh, okay, all right, my bad, G-Ball. But definitely knowing how to. But then you got to think about it. If you can't even communicate effectively, at what point do you say I'm not a good communicator and I'm going to figure something out about that? I'm going to try to learn how to work on that, because obviously I'm not having good conversations with people. And then most times, what do you want?
It took me 15 years to figure this out. What's your
80-20? Like, what do you want out of the relationship? What are you willing to accept? What are you not willing to accept out of the relationship? And people feel like just because this is how you feel and they're not willing to give it to you, you're supposed to stay in it.
Oh.
Just my thoughts.
Yeah.
Just my thoughts.
I feel like if you're able to express that and then things do not continue to change, because I know that just me being married for as long as I have, all I can say is I know that I'm not a good communicator. I assume that I communicated good. I may have expressed a lot of things, but if I didn't pinpoint and say exactly what I needed or what I wanted, I know that I'm assuming that he should get it. And I've learned.
Why? Because he know you so long, or?
Yeah, that's what I assumed. Like, you should know me. You should, just like when we go out to eat. If you're not around me, I can still order you something because I know what you like. Mm-hmm. Right? And I know what you don't want on your things because I know you. So I hope that would be the same thing in the relationship when you don't see me talking to you anymore. When we are not.
Instantly, you know the vibe is off.
When
you know
we're
the
not
vibe is off.
fucking,
You in tune with this person, so you know that the vibe is off, right? So it's like, but, you know, sometimes people will use that as their defense. Like, well, what's wrong with you? Now it's an issue when you could have just came in and found out what was wrong with me to begin with. You never even gave me a chance.
Yes, and I hate when people think that if you say something is wrong, oh, it's my fault. What the fuck nigga, I just said something was wrong. I just told you what was wrong.
Why are you automatically assuming the responsibility?
Exactly.
Are you guilty of something?
Like, tell me, do you feel that you showed up the way that you were supposed to show up? Like, let me know.
Because you got me thinking about it like, wait a minute now. Now, what makes you happy in a relationship? Like, what's one thing that makes you happy in the relationship?
When we're gelling. When I say, like, we are in sync, when we feel like I can lay on you and I can relax my head and I give you maybe like, oh my God, there's some things that
I heard that so wrong, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
As I'm laying, giving you some head. That's what you said.
I was like, Marquita.
Wow. I mean, that's how you know that I'm happy too. Because
you are on a roll today, baby. First you want to throw bows, now you throw it. No, I'm just saying.
Throwing that neck back. But like that for me, that feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling like my partner that has like my back on some things that we're going to be able to do in the future, that makes me happy. Like, damn, my baby planning for us. Oh, we about to do this. Oh, he already, like, that makes me happy because those are the things that plague my mind and puzzle my day. So it puzzles like all these little pieces that I got to get done. It deters me and it detracts me from you. I want to be able to just solely focus on you. And if you help me do that, I could do that much better. You did her head. I said head, lay head. I did say lay
her head down. That's what she said.
Lay some head on him.
So I would say one thing for me would be, damn, two things came in my mind. Like,
we'll say
romance and consistency. You should have clicked your nails. Oh. So we're saying that you're saying it's not possible to have an issue-free relationship. I'm saying that it is possible to have an issue-free relationship, but we're gonna be clear about it. Like the world, it creates a lot of stresses for us, whether they're for us or on the relationship or with your kids or road rage, traffic, your job, all these different things. So how do we stop the world? Like, how do y'all two build this foundation to stop the world from coming, like I said, into your home, into your safe
haven space?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And how do we do that? Like, how do we keep them out of your hearts? How do you keep them from your hearts and your homes? But, you know, we have to be each other's protector.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not protecting you, then who got your back? You know what I'm saying? But because the world is going to be on some bullshit no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, how do we create a plan to protect each other and keep these sad things out of our little safety space?
I feel like, for one, we got to be in real relationships. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not in a real relationship, you cannot ask for these things that we are about to talk about. That's just real. If you are a side chick, if you are any of these things, a side piece, you cannot communicate effectively. You cannot have that person as your...
So side pieces can't communicate?
Yes, they can. They can, but they cannot have
asking for the side piece.
We can't forge a relationship if we're not in one.
That just cracked me up.
I'm just saying.
Well, you can't. And that's why people always want to assume that is something then it's not. And I think that creates a big issue. Yeah. Yes, it does, because you see it all the time.
I said, but why do we assume? Why do women end up assuming? And that's just how I feel about it.
Speaking for women.
I'm speaking because I'm a woman.
I think because, and this is just going to be the realest shit that I'm going to say. I feel like most women are not out here fucking playing this said game. Mm-hmm. We know that real life exists. Life is moving every single day. So when you are dating, you're dating with intentions. Mm-hmm. So sometimes and any times when you get some attention, no matter if you're never getting any attention, it could be considered good attention. Ooh. And that attention may not be what you need. It may not be what's for you. And a motherfucker probably tell you straight up like, yo, this is it. We just fucking, this is not going any further. This is not going to be a thing. But then when they fucking you, they telling you they love you all in your ear and this is your dick and all of that. So then they get all wrapped up in it like, well, wait, is it or is it not?
Exactly. Like he just said he come over.
Okay, so I'm not assuming because you said it. But like, no, you ain't had no conversation about it. So it's not really a real thing.
Yeah.
But you got to ask all these questions, 9,000 questions. Asking all them questions. Asking all them questions. So we're going to talk about some real life stressors, though, because that we face these things on the daily. So these are things that really can come. And at first I put like the top 5 stressors that can contribute to a relationship. But then, I added a couple more because they just kept coming to my head. Mm-hmm. But these things can like put that pressure on the relationship and kind of make it a little bit hard. Mm-hmm. And I call these ones like life events. Okay. Right. So we got a death of a loved one.
Definitely.
That could send you spiraling. Now you in this place of depression you didn't even know you were in. Mm-hmm. And your spouse trying to figure out like, well, what happened? You think you fine. They think you fine, but you're not. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They got divorce on here. I didn't put divorce, but that could cause some stress. If you already a divorce, I feel like they shouldn't even put that one on there. Because
that's what happens with the stress. You get the divorce.
Yeah.
Right?
That should be a whole nother topic. Exactly. Yeah, we should just talk about divorce if that's the case. Ooh. Moving, which I don't know. Moving, well, yeah, shit, you got to come up with a lot of money.
And it takes time and effort. And that's what problems will arise when moving. Especially if you're not helping, you're not figuring out, well, which room you going to do, how you can contribute. Because most of the time, that managerial thing that happens when you're moving, it falls on the woman.
I don't know.
I'm just going to keep it. That could be the stress.
That's their opinion. They got major illness or injury.
Yeah, because if somebody can't work or...
But it's with sickness and in health. That's what I thought. Now, if you lose a job, now you got some financial stressors. Of course, I threw in there lack of honesty.
That's a big one.
Money problems.
That's a big one.
Parenting differences.
That's a big one.
That one is huge.
When I say that's a big one, like that one for me, and that's probably why me and my husband stays. We never argue on that. And the only one time it was a big one, but it was like because we both want the same thing, and then instead of us being honest,
I don't know how people be like, "This my baby mama" or "This my baby dad," and they are like completely opposites of the spectrum on how they're raising their kids. Mm-hmm. So that's deep because you raising little adults that's gonna be fucked up in a little bit. But internal stressors is like PTSD. What if they went to the military or something and they come back not the same? Mm-hmm. Not being taught how to love. I think that one should be number one. Mm-hmm. I think that one should be number one. Poor communication skills.
Or none.
Cheating and or being deceitful. I had a debate about cheating.
Did you?
I won. But, yeah.
When that show comes, y'all gonna be ready.
Like, okay, that's why I said or being deceitful. Mm-hmm. Whatever. Intimacy and low libidos. That's deep. Selfishness. You can't be selfish in a relationship, bro. Like, at some point, you have to hang up the selfish part of yourself and be about each other's selves and be selfless a little bit. Sometimes you have to put them before you. and that's okay. A big stressor is domestic violence.
Ooh,
You know, if you're from the Slap-a-Hoe tribe, I think you need to get some help. You need to talk to somebody about why you okay with hitting people. And that's for men and women. I hate to see woman hit a man.
Yes.
I hate it. Because I feel like the man has to have so much self-control to not, because it's a reaction.
It is.
You know, if you get hit. So, ladies, don't be hitting on these men. They are designed to be stronger than us. We are designed to be softer than them. So, you know, like, don't.
And it doesn't,
he might slap your ass back, and that ain't going to be cool.
Don't call us like, bitch, I done smacked him, bitch.
Come
my
over
whole
here.
face is...
Come over here.
I'm not egging nobody
Lord,
on.
girl, I got a story for that. That's one of them nights.
I don't play. I'm good.
Jealousy. Jealousy can be a stressor. If a person is like, where you at? What you doing? What you fucking him? You fucking her? You doing this? You doing that?
It is.
Like, I'm in the bathroom.
But most of the time, people don't want to show it off as jealousy. They want to show it off like, oh, well, I'm concerned. Or I'm like, they use different things to manipulate what jealousy maybe really looks like for them, because they want to have power, or, you know.
Like, what about unrealistic demands? What if somebody just has these unrealistic demands in a relationship and you're like, how the hell am I supposed to fulfill that? Like, that is not even realistic.
Girl, yeah. Because
I definitely threw life in there, because life be lifing.
All the time.
And feeling unappreciated.
I think that's
had to throw that one in there.
Yeah.
So, Brandon said, there should never be a reason to struggle just to be with somebody. The struggle should be the two of you against the world. Too many people struggling and fight to be in a relationship, and then the fight against the world apart from their partner as well. Right. So, you already have all these people against you that directly or indirectly, you know what I mean? Because, you know, you got Sally's bitch ass that come to work. She got issues at home in her house. So she come to work. She nasty. She negative. She this, she that. You got to deal with Sally's negative self all the time, right? But then you go home and you just want to vent and get it out about her. But you can't even do that because you got to argue when you get home. Like, bro, who's doing that?
Yeah, nobody wants
What's up, Jen? She said, hey, friend. Mr. Harris, is that 50? Is 50 on here? But our relationship's hard. I know we talked about this before, but I mean, we talk about issues in a relationship.
I say that it takes work. It takes work.
It takes work to what?
So, with anything that you want to grow, right? We know that takes planning, time, energy. That's work. So if two people aren't necessarily going to do that, then that's when the problems arise.
Okay. All right. Because I thought you meant like work, like how people be like, oh my God, it is work to be in a relationship. No, I 100% agree with you. If you go to work and you in there and you want to be the best employee you need to be, you're the employee you need, the best employee you need to be, then why wouldn't you want to be the best husband or spouse in your relationship? So I definitely believe that, and I think that might be like a show within itself talking about the hardness of relationship. But I want somebody on here who wholeheartedly believes like, no, relationship is work, like it's hard. Now, one thing I can say, but it still goes back to the word of work, right? If you are bringing two totally different people who had two totally different upbringings, backgrounds, raisings, environments. Like, you're bringing two people and you're trying to literally blend these things. Yeah. You have to work on what that looks like for you. It does. So you can't be like, well, this motherfucker be leaving his shirt all over the floor, and I hate a dirty house. Well, did they have a dirty house before now? How was their house before that? Like, you got to meet in the middle. Put the laundry basket in the middle of the floor where he dropped the damn clothes, and maybe you can make a basket.
I seen this video, and like legit, he said like, I love my wife for her spontaneity, but I hate that she's always late. He's like, but that's one of the traits of being spontaneous is you are late. So he like, I had to.
I'm working so hard on my time management.
But the crazy part about it was like, that makes sense. There's certain things that I hate that he does, but there's reasons why I love him. These are some things that just go with it.
Right. It's like what they say with the 80-20. Like, what's your 80, what's your 20?
Yeah.
Is it the clothes on the floor that's going to dry? No, he's saying 50. He calling me 50.
Oh, okay,
so if you got your drawers on the floor, but you get violent when you drink. Okay, there's...
Those are two...
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like,
them is different.
I might have to, go ahead and... But yeah, there is a lot of things in life that can make living hard, but I don't think that, like, oh my God, like, this relationship is so hard.
Yeah.
Like, y'all need to break up.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? Or fix it.
Or fix it.
Mm-hmm. I guess I should say that. Let me reverse it. Y'all need to fix it or break up.
Try to fix it.
Try to fix it first. Does that say something about me?
No.
Okay, good.
I feel like people got to do what's best for them. That's it.
I definitely think so. And I think that people need to do the work on themselves and make sure that they're happy before they even try to start pursuing these said relationships, and not be looking for this rest of the cup to be filled by someone else.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, it's like, I wonder, like you said, it's not the person's job to make you happy at all. So how you gonna fulfill that? So what are you doing for self-care? What are you doing to make sure that you are filling up your own cup on a daily basis? You know what I mean? Because if you're not filling up your cup, and now here you come, like, you got some in your cup left?
Like, give it to me.
Let me get a little bit out your cup.
Yeah, or give it to me all. I need you. I can't. My cup is overrunneth, or it's depleted, and then I can't handle the kids. I can't do this. I can't work. I can't do any of those things because I'm so weighed down by a whole bunch of other things. So it's like knowing your partner, knowing that I can't fix your happiness, but I can also aid in, well, what do you need? I feel like when people ask you that type of things, of what do you need? How can I help you? How can I support you? I think those are different. I like how she had her face. I could just, it's written all over your face.
I'm working on myself.
You don't have to
I
say
am becoming
a
one
word.
with myself. Yeah, so Gerald said, and that's why it works. As we individually grow and our relationship evolves and transitions through its many phases, we have to work every day to stay together, to stay aligned, and etc. It's good work, but work nonetheless. I love the convo. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, so
that's true, honey.
The transitions, though,
that can break relationships, though. The transitions is real, and I think that if, for one, it goes back to self. If you're not tuned in with yourself and you don't know nothing about your own personal transitions, how are you going to figure out the transitions between the two of you, them individually, and you guys collectively? That's that's real life, like 3 different transitions that you have to be focused on. You got to know the dates when they come around. You got to know the feelings when it's happening. Right.
Like, you have to know, like, I know my transition.
So emotional intelligence is important in a relationship.
Emotional intelligence needs to be up there with the top 5 of the relationship. Because if you don't know how to handle your emotions, then look at people just shooting people. Like, you mad, so you shot somebody. So you can't control yourself enough? You have an argument in front of your kids. You have no self-control?
Yeah. I like when you said that. Like, don't, like, go somewhere else. Like, they shouldn't have to see that.
Well, for me, my vision and my focus and my goal is to break generational curses, because the chains is thick as hell and long as hell, and they string through the ocean all the way from Atlanta, all the way, from Africa all the way to here. And it's like, when are we gonna start to change some things about ourselves first in order for the next generation to see it differently? Yeah. Like, when I used to talk to my friend from Ghana, she's like, well, you guys don't have a big mama? And I was like, we used to before they killed her off. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, a lot of things were a lot of the ways like they were doing them in Africa, but I had to tell her like, no, these things existed. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we have to figure out a way to rebuild our own community. We have to rebuild our own strengths. We have to rebuild our own self-confidence. We have to show young men and women how this thing is supposed to go. We're not supposed to be killing each other. And let me just be frank. We are not supposed to be allowing these people to reconstruct our bodies. We not, because you don't even know what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm getting off topic with that. But breaking the cycle is like, if you want a healthy relationship, you know what you saw growing up. You know what you want for yourself. Why aren't you showing that to your child?
True.
Why aren't you showing that to your child? Why aren't you showing them how to be loving? Why aren't you showing them how you're supposed to have chemistry between each other and play and flirt and all of these different things? Like, this is what a loving relationship is supposed to look like. And it looks like however y'all want it to look. I'm not saying like make it look like I want it to look like this is how you look. No, it's designed by you and that person. How do we want a happy relationship? What do you want out of it? What's going to make you happy? What do I want out of it? What's going to make me happy? And then we meet in the middle and make each other happy.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds good. That all sounds good. I just feel like...
But where's that work at then? If it sounds so good, where's that work that you say that you're doing? Because at the end of the day, most people who be like, well, we just stand in it for the kids, right? I've heard of a few people in the last 2 years was together all the way up until their kids was grown. And then they were like, boom, we just calling it splits. And it wasn't like no beef. It wasn't none of that. But like, we calling it splits. Like, why? The kids knew though.
Yes.
The kids knew they weren't happy all these years.
But does it change the fact that they were able to be in a household where the two people wanted them to have both parents inside?
You could be in the house and be best friends. Y'all could have separate rooms. Be BFFs. True. Why are you in the house faking like you happy, faking like you want to be together, faking like it's real love, and showing your kids that this is how love looks? But there's no compassion. There's no fire. There is no spontaneity. There is no romance. They don't see any of that. Y'all come in the door, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, little dry ass kiss or whatever. This is what your kids are seeing.
They do.
But if you want to break the curse, you could sit your kids down and be 100 with them.
Yes.
Like, listen, kids, me and your dad are not good at being in a relationship. But we are going to, and we're committed to being best friends for you guys. We want you guys to have two of your parents in the household. This is how we're going to do this, and this is how we're going to go forward with it. So then it's like now you can build your friendship again because you're trying to take all that other bullshit and rigmarole out of the way.
Yeah.
Now you can work on really building a friendship.
You can. That works for some relationships. But some relationships, I feel that there are certain times that you may feel more overwhelmed than your other partner, still trying to figure it out. And having those conversations of, hey, we said that we wanted to be committed to each other forever. We said that this is a forever thing for us. Even though I may not like you, I still respect you as my husband. I still respect you as the father of my children. And I want you to, as long as that respect stays, we can figure it out as it goes. Because sometimes that I feel that's how it is, where the commitment is there. It is just the communication that you're still trying to work on. The finding yourself you're still trying to work on. In the midst of these kids are here, the relationship is here. It would have been great if we could have had all of this shit done out before we had kids and got married. But if we said that this is something that we wanted and we are not wavering from, how can we make it to where this is the best relationship that we can have for ourselves?
So you're saying what you saying?
I'm saying that it's okay.
Are you working to be in a better relationship, or are you just being in it because you said that this is what you want? This is a commitment that you made.
It could be both because you're working on it. That's what I'm saying. You're saying that I'm still committed to you, even though we're not in a good place, even though it is hard, even though I have resentment, even though I have issues. I said that I was committed. This is what we said. We're not getting a divorce. So we're figuring it out. As long as we stay and maintain respectful to one another, once that respect and once that the other shit that brings toxic shit to the relationship, then revisit that. But also just keep, how can I say it? Keep the hope alive, keep the faith alive, if that's what y'all want to do.
Listen, it's to each its own. Yeah. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, what I was talking about is being in a position to where you are not happy. That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
There's all these said issues within the relationship. At what point do you really put your best foot to fix it? Or are we just going to keep trying to figure it out? And if we're trying to figure it out, are we figuring out something new? Or are we figuring out the same thing over and over again?
Yeah.
Because if life is revolving and life is transitioning, there's going to be new things that come up that you didn't foresee. Mm-hmm. You didn't know that this was going to come up. Nobody planned for this to happen. So that's when you figure it out.
Yeah.
But I'm not finna have this book bag full of the same shit, carrying it around, and we still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
No, I get what you're saying on that. I'm saying for the ones who've been in it, and they've said that they want to stay committed amongst figuring it out.
No matter what.
Yeah.
I understand that. I understand what you're saying, too.
That was it.
But at the end of the day, it's like, if you're committed, then what else are you going to be committed to? If you're going to commit to this said thing and be in it, what else can you commit to? What change are you going to commit to? What can you alter about yourself? What are they going to alter about themselves? How are you going to show up different? Come to the drawing table and come up with something different. Mm-hmm. If you're going to be committed in it, but not the same thing.
Yeah, because
over and over and over.
Isn't that insanity if you keep doing the same thing
and expecting different results?
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
So Brandon said, I think too many people are lying to themselves. Bing. We need a bell for that. We needed a bell for that. And they haven't learned the biggest flex is our current generation is starting to start being your most genuine, authentic self. Your marriage doesn't have to look like marriage of the past, and it can be 100 authentic to who you are and your partner is.
Yeah.
100%. I agree 100%. And because the whole thing about it is like nobody relationship could ever mimic the other person's relationship.
Not at all. Yep.
Because my views, my values, the way I keep the ketchup, we don't all do that the same way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You clean the top off, huh?
The top got to be clean on the ketchup. I might come to your house. You and your husband don't care about the ketchup.
Just pour it on that
motherfucker. Can I clean this off real quick? Yeah.
Again, I understand.
So what are some things that we can do to try to eliminate outside stressors from the relationship? And my first thing I'm going to say is you genuinely got to want to be in it.
Honey.
You got to want to be in it. You got to want to be like, remember when I told you I talked to that couple? Mm-hmm. And he was like, I want to be with her. I want to make her happy. I want to get up every day and make her smile. Like, I want to do this. He's like, I need her. He's like, the next time when I don't feel I need her, then what do I need her for? I was like, you might have to need somebody to, not need them though. Because people got to take the ego out of the whole I need you part. But like, exactly. I need you in my life because I want you to be a part of my life.
Yeah.
I'm choosing for you to be a part of my life. So it's a need that I've created because now I've put you in that space of where now I could want you or need you or, but if it's just like, I could take it. I could leave it.
But that's us, like he was saying, being our whole authentic selves, right? And a lot of the times people are not willing to do the work within themselves first, and they want to blame, or the other person can feel that they are being blamed for things that this is childhood, this is how you understand, like this is the reason why I feel this way or this strongly about certain things. And instead of me expressing that, I go back into the person that I was, the child or the hurt child that I was. That's how I operate. We operate as our hurt selves when things are not in the best place. So I become that
it's
little
like a
brat.
defense mechanism.
Yeah, like that long. She hears him, babe, can I? Like, I automatically turn into a little.
It's like whinier than that. I was like, what? I wasn't looking at the phone, so I didn't know what you were saying. I was like, why are you talking like that? He was like, I don't know.
Like when I go back to there, I want to see him comfort me where I feel safe. So when it's me going back as a little kid, I feel like he's good at like, well, what do you need? Because I didn't have that. So that's what makes me feel safe and protected. And that's why well, babe, can you give me something to eat? Can you make me like some, like, because it's going to take work. Like, I'm going to need you to do it because I don't feel like doing it. So it's like, that's my soft feminine side. That sounds like a little ass kid. Okay. That sounds like, and I'm working on it, where I'm not whining, but it's more like, babe, I would love for you to please make me something to eat. Your
grown woman soft
feminine side.
Okay, I feel
so
you.
And that's me learning. Me saying that I don't have to whine about something. I can just ask. I can be an adult and ask.
And ask.
Again, it and like I said, it's taking a long motherfucking time. It's 15 years, almost 20 years together.
It's all right.
Like we said, we got forever. We gonna figure it out.
It's all right, shit. Because some people, shit, in 50, 30, 40 years ain't figuring it out. Like you said, if you're consciously aware and you are definitely trying to build this relationship and make it better, then it will be. Mm-hmm. It will be. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, if you're putting in that effort, you can't I guess you could if you're the only one putting in effort, but if you're both putting in real genuine effort, it can be a dope ass relationship.
Oh my God.
And I think that goes to like having realistic conversations. Like be real with yourself. Yeah. And then be real with them. Like, yes. Like it has to be realistic of what it's gonna look like and how you're gonna operate within it. Like you can't just like, you wanna go together? Yeah, let's go together. And then you just skip down the road. Yeah, that don't work. That's not gonna work out. That's not gonna work out, because then all of a sudden you like, well, why you ain't tie your shoe? That's why we have to keep stopping, or that's why we keep tripping, because I never learned how to tie my shoes.
Babe, I know that you don't tie your shoes. I'm gonna tie them for you. I got you.
Oh, tie your shoe to my shoe so then we can do the 3-legged race.
But that's what you want in a relationship. I know that I'm not good at that. Here, babe, I'm going to let you handle that. Hey, babe, I'm not really good at that.
Write that down, too. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? So then you can balance that stuff out, Have an understanding of yourself. Because if you can have an understanding of yourself, then you can explain it to someone else. Because if you can't explain it to somebody else, how are they going to know to do it?
I know. And I didn't know how to explain it for a long time. So thank you.
And then, like, how to love. How do I love, and how do I want to be loved? How do I give it? How do I receive it?
What's that song by Lil Wayne? You remember she had a lot of crooks that would steal her heart, but she never figured out how to love. That shit, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The verse right there just tells you.
We're going to have to listen to it. And respect each other and their differences, because you're not the same. Not the same person. You don't got the same mama and daddy.
Nope.
But
you're not the same person that you were at 20. I'm not the same person. No. I'm not the same as 30. I'm not the same going into 40. So, again, that's what you said.
Welcome.
And that's what I'm excited for, because all of my 40 females, y'all just make 40 look so freaking good.
Survive.
Like, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe. But I think you tap into it. And it's crazy because now that I'm in my 40s and now that I'm talking to women that are now in their 50s, because they were in their 40s when I was in my 30s. And these are my friends and been my friends for a long time. And they're like 50. It's totally different.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Like, and everybody's like, this is 50. Like, I've been seeing people post like, this is 50. This is what 50 looks like. And you could tell, you can just see it's exuding. You know what I mean? Like, the confidence, the love, all that stuff is exuding up out of them. So, what about setting boundaries within the relationship?
I mean, that should have been in
You gotta set some boundaries. You gotta set some boundaries because people are habitual boundary steppers. They be stepping like you jumped up with it. You know how you jump in? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they be tippy tap stepping all over them goddamn boundaries. So Gerald said, "Do you think that at its core we all want the same things?" Yes,
of course.
Yes. Finally, somebody said it. Absolutely. We having the Let's Talk Love February 9th with men and women.
Ooh, y'all ready?
And the theme of it is teach me how to love, right? Because we speaking like we talking two different languages. It's the same language. We just saying it differently. Yes, absolutely. Quote me on that. Miss Love Doctor believes that we are wanting and we are looking for the same thing at the core because you're human. I don't give a damn about your ego. I don't care how big your balls is. You want the same thing. You want these same said things, but you are not willing to allow yourself to be in that position to get those things. People are afraid. Let's just keep it real. People are afraid out here. People too old to be getting their damn feelings hurt. I say that all the time. You don't want who wants their fucking feelings hurt? In your 40s? Like, come on, bro. Beat it. Nobody has time to get their feelings hurt. For real. So if you know that you want these things from a person, don't deprive somebody else from it. Don't go in deceitful. Don't go in being a liar. You know what I'm saying? Like, be your authentic self. Like, listen, you know what I mean? Because why hurt somebody's feelings when you know how that feels? Don't do something to somebody you want done to yourself. And he said, we all want some form of commitment from our significant other. And that commitment can look like anything, like Brandon said. But even in some non-traditional, there is still a level of commitment that has to be communicated and agreed upon. And most importantly, adhered to. Absolutely. Yes. I agree.
Yes.
I agree. But, you know, we are bringing this thing to an end. We appreciate y'all for tuning in again this week with us. Talking about some good old love. We got some juicy shit next week coming up, so make sure y'all tap in for that. But like I said, we are having a Let's Talk Love with the men and women on February 9th. It's going to be at 7 o'clock. The point of this conversation is to eliminate these said issues that we're having. If we can have an open conversation and we genuinely listen and we have effective communication and everybody wants to speak about things that is genuinely that matters to their heart, and be open and real with that shit. Be transparent. Let us know. I want the men to let us know, even though y'all already, you know, when we did it, I was listening, and then we got the women. You know, we're gonna have women in the building too, so we are gonna have a conversation together.
Yes,
together.
Not at each other. We're going to have a conversation with each other.
With each other. I got a twist. Y'all know I got a twist. I got a twist of how we going to do it to ensure that listening is going to be the main of one of our 5 senses that we use. Because at some point we got to hear each other out. I am here to wave the white flag. I am ready for us to stop being at war with each other and have some real, authentic, healthy relationships. Because at the core, like Gerald said, that's what we want. We yearn for it. We're designed for it. Otherwise, we wouldn't always go back to it. And we're going to definitely tap into the transitions because it's a real thing. But make sure you guys tune in. If you guys want to get with me about Let's Talk Love, I would love for you to be on the panel.
Yeah.
We already got some. We need some interesting people in there. We got some men.
Yeah.
We got some men that's signing up. They ready to talk. So
I'm ready.
I am interested to see how this is gonna go. You get to talk this time.
I'm just gonna listen though. I'm gonna learn to listen. I'm gonna learn to listen.
So thank y'all so much for tuning in. You make sure y'all have a good year. Let me know what New Year's resolutions y'all done already broke?
Wow. I don't have any New Year's resolution.
Why have them? Just be yourself. You know?
I'm just working on self.
All right. Till next week. Smooches.
Deuces is still cap season.
It's Capricorn season. It's Capricorn.